It's Friday the 15th. It's about 10 o'clock at night. I just wanted to do a quick. We're getting ready to watch a movie, family movie. but uh, Yesterday I did a diary at, I don't know, it was in the afternoon sometime. um, I'd done some writing at Oasis Diner and some stuff like that, and then walked back home, and then I don't know, whatever time earlier afternoon, I went ahead and got the yesterday's diary out of the way. Uh, and I hadn't done one the night before, so but kind of unexpectedly, after maybe part of it was talking about things and doing the little diary journal, and I was sitting out there thinking for a little bit and just sitting on the porch and some interaction with the fam and stuff like that, and it just was thinking about Nathanael, and it all just started kind of hitting me hard unexpectedly. And so I came back in and was I wanted just a distraction, and I was really just in the mood to listen to music. And so I started doing dishes because we had a really good dinner the night before. And so uh, I just wanted something to do, just a distraction. Not that I didn't have a lot of shit to do, but I wanted something that I didn't have to really think about it, you know. And started doing dishes, and I was listening to music, and especially a bunch of um, me and the boys, really all of our family, but classic hip hop, and then of course newer stuff, newer rap. But I was listening to throwback type stuff that we like to listen to together, and stuff that Nathaniel liked, and and just for no particular reason I can put my finger on, other than the fact that my son passed away recently. Obviously, that's just an ever-present reality. It's like it's just always there, and man, it just started hitting me hard when I was doing dishes and just thinking about it. Had earbuds in, and I just I needed some time where I wasn't really talking to anybody. And my wife saw that I was having a more emotional time, and she came up, gave me some hugs, and uh, the kids were kind of busy doing some different things, and so yeah, I mean, I was probably doing dishes about 45 minutes or an hour, not really trying to be fast. And then I just went over to my cigar humidor and grabbed just a big one of my biggest stogies that I had, and um, just poured a couple fingers of some bottled in bond whiskey on the rocks, and just went and sat outside on the back porch by myself, just listened to song after song after song, smoking a cigar, just looking out. And it was just the emotion just kind of just coming out of me. And uh and I think it was the dichotomy of the night before, Wednesday night. We had a really nice family time. We had a good dinner, just the things that we love to do, good dinner, family time, just enjoying one another, telling funny stories, bullshitting, joking, watching a show, the stuff that we love to do. And it was such a great night. And then, taking a walk, of course, doing some writing, catching up on poetry, which has been spotty the last week. Um, it just, all kind of, uh, the levee broke, as it were, for a couple of hours. But I mean, it was good. And so it was about an hour washing dishes, about an hour just sitting out smoking the cigar and just listening to music. And it was, you know, I mean, there's some people like over here in this yard and that yard, but no one's paying me any mind, so, when the feels really hit, I'm just crying and I'm listening to a song and then, you know, sobbing and then just sitting there, just not and kind of wrung out and just listen to music, just song after song after song. But it was good. Um, I mean, it didn't feel good, but it was kind of like what do they call those? The saunas, like the dry heat. It was kind of like an emotional sauna, like where you're sweating it out. You're just sweating it out emotionally. And then I kind of had a headache and I was a little wrung out, but went on an afternoon walk and that was good. And, ended up having a good night with the family and got a few things done as far as like the planning and the things that we need to do. And then today woke up and today was kind of a busy day. Angie and I went because restaurants are back open. Not all of them. I wish Waffle House was back open right now, but it's not. But I'm thankful that Oasis and other places are. But anyway, we haven't had a proper breakfast out since all this started. So, you know, I'm kind of a bacon and eggs dude, and I have that, or eggs and toast or something almost every day. Coffee. But not so much since this has started. Although I've been keeping my coffee uptake up pretty well. So Angie and I went and kind of had a late breakfast date. I walked down there. She met me, and then we had a good talk, just about different things. Tomorrow's our 22nd anniversary, the 16th. I'm excited about that, and so we were trying to decide, do we get a hotel? Of course, we're trying to be budget conscious because there's a lot of cost involved with the things that it takes to deal with a person's situation after they pass away. So, but I was like, we probably find a good deal on Priceline, and I don't think 60 or $70 is gonna kill us one way or the other. And I think it would be good for her to have a night, away from home and just have us cut loose, get a little liquored up, do some good love making, watch a movie, kind of things that you do on your anniversary. Well, hopefully it's not only on your anniversary, but anyway, so we got home and I just rode back with her, and I kind of wanted to catch her and then the kids up on some stuff that I'd heard back on plans and bills, and then Angie had to make some calls related to we're all kind of doing well, my brother, he's helping out with some of the local logistics on the stone and the cemetery, and then well, he's not helping out, he's spearheading that, and then I'm like spearheading the out west stuff and dealing with those guys, and Angie's dealing with some other kind of loose ends here locally. And anyway, so there's a lot of that going on today, and then caught up the kids on those things because we're trying to keep them abreast of everything going on. And who's messaging me? Uh, so the day today just moved by quickly, and then eBay shipping. I found myself at the day again just flying by. All of a sudden it's 4:30, and I hadn't had that instance that's happened every single day at least once since that first phone call, hearing that Nathanael died, where a memory caused me to start crying, or I started thinking about something that that happened. And I think it was just the combination and amalgam of the day started differently than it has been to some degree. Also, I think part of it was I had, which I'm a very vibrant dreamer, and generally remember my dreams to a certain degree almost every night. And um, I've always been that way. But I had some particularly like really vivid emotional, not negative emotional, but just emotional uh, dreams. And I think that some of the, you know, natural emotional compression that exists through this situation, I think some of that filtered out through my dreams, and, that kind of subconscious work that happens, in your brain and in the night watches, as it were. So I think some of that release happened there, and there was some positivity in the dreams, and like a couple where I helped people in the dreams, and that was good. Um, so that probably blew off a little bit of that steam from today, and then taking my second walk and going out and doing shipping, and then came home, and then a little chat, and Caleb was starting we worked a little bit on his car, and it was just communicated with my brother, and I had one of my oldest friends, two of my oldest friends who are also friends to one another. One of them just wrote me out of nowhere today and was like, "Hey, what's going on with all this crazy world, with the COVID situation?" I said, "Well, and I had to tell him about Nathanael, and of course he was blown away, and then he wrote the other buddy, and then that buddy wrote me, and then a few other old friends I was talking to today. So it's just been uh, not, I don't mean too busy or hectic. It's just been a consistently busy day from when I got up with tasks. And this is, of course, don't want to speak too soon. It's 10:15, but I haven't, I don't think, I haven't really cried at all today. Um, and which, consoling my wife some, she had some moments, and it was, she was talking, this is kind of late, she was talking about, because she was, a family member had called, and then she called back on her side, which uh, after that, Angie was talking about how she's been coming out, or going outside in the mornings and sitting on the porch and just going through her and Nathaniel's Instagram messages and Facebook messages, and going through old memories, and just, she said as a coping mechanism, and I was trying to really reassure her as she's reassured me. It's like, that's great. I mean, you guys had a phenomenal relationship as mother and son. We've all, we have good relationships in our household, and um, I was like, yes, think about those things. Look back on those times, and those times ever will exist. They happen. They exist. They're there. Those memories are there, and then the evidence of that in messages and pictures, and relish those, and cry over them, and laugh over them, and be joyful. So anyway, as is everything under the circumstances, today was a good day. Oh, and then last night, almost forgot about this. Last night, later, Caleb and I, Nathaniel's twin, we went to the gas station, just get out of the house, get a pop, do some bullshitting, and we had, as oft we are wont to do, and many times have over the years, as all of us do, we had, a nice easy but yet deep philosophical conversation, and of course some things about death and Nathaniel's life and all that came into it. But we were also talking generally, and I mean ran the gamut from everything from Marcus Aurelius references to you know what's a ancient poet, Lopi, I think. I was talking about some good poems about wine. I think that's his name. Uh, and it was just a good father son chat. And then of course you think, it's like, holy shit, I wish I could be having this with Nathaniel. And oh, and then when I was on, I think it was during that time I was smoking my stogie. It was weird. This is like just, I don't know, just like a weird observation of my own situation. I've noticed a lot of times since two Tuesday nights ago when I'm having these really hard cries, it's like the tears are like hot, stinging kind of tears. Well, yesterday when I was smoking my stogie and all that, it was like cool tears for whatever, I don't know, whatever that's worth. Um, Not that means anything, but it's just like the tears have been very hot. Now they're cool. It's just something I noticed. But yeah, and it's great to see, you know, our girls went out to the park together. Caleb started a fire again tonight, and uh, it's just, tough. So, but, you know, the ultimate cliches, you got to put one foot in front of the other. Keep moving on. Yeah. But I mean, I think these things have become cliche over the generations because they're truisms. You do have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, literally and metaphorically speaking, you know, figuratively speaking. So, uh, and keep appreciating your life. I mean, and being there. Like for example, I mean, my my grandpa on my dad's side, my other grandpa was passed away before I was born. I mean, he had such a immeasurable impact on my childhood and you know my experiences as a young kid, even teenager. I mean, he died when I was 20. He died when I was 20, just a little bit before I turned 21. um but it's like I want to uh I want to be there someday for my grandkids. I mean, obviously I want to experience the joy of or my own kids, obviously, and then their kids someday. And um, but uh, I think if I was just some dad who had one child and then something happened to them, and I didn't really have like a family structure, I wasn't married or anything like that, I probably wouldn't give a fuck if I died. I'd probably want to die, you know, because the pain of losing. And then if it's just you, it's like, you know, but, I mean, I have an amazing wife, like amazing. son, I have amazing daughters, I have a great brother, mom, great friends, obviously other family. Uh, and obviously I don't want to take life for granted, but there have definitely been those moments in the last however many days where, you know, I just, the physical, I'm sorry, the emotional pain at certain moments is so acute, it dwarfs even in certain ways the worst physical pain I've ever felt in my life. And I've had some shitty fucking injuries. But, and even right now, like, we're getting ready to have a movie night, late night, Friday night movie. And, you know, if I allowed myself right at this moment to really start thinking, and remembering right now, things more about Nathaniel and his, you know, younger childhood, and start going over these memories right now, I'd probably start fucking sobbing right now. But I just, you know, that was for yesterday, and that may well be, hopefully not for tomorrow, hopefully not our anniversary, but maybe Sunday. Can't control that. I'm not going to pretend that I can control that, but you know, I don't think that that's for tonight. So, anyway, the After Diaries. Well, and tonight, keep adding to. Angie was talking about some things and wishing that things were different with some people in her family that she's tried to be close to and tried to have open communication. It's just not worked a little bit. And then she was talking about that, and kind of blowing off some steam with me and Caleb and Lydia, oldest daughter Lydia. And afterwards, she was like, it felt good just to talk about these things. I was like, yeah, you got to get stuff off your chest, I mean, and you have to. I mean, it's not good to bottle things up. You have to get it off your chest. If that's driving to an empty parking lot, rolling up the windows of your car, listening to music loud and just screaming it, that's getting it off your chest. If it's talking to other people, just one on one over coffee or beer or fucking Kool-Aid or whatever, sitting at a campfire, that's it. If you're a religious person or a spiritual person to whatever degree, that could be praying. If it's, you know, singing songs, if it's whatever it is, but you have to get it out. You have to express it somehow. The pain, the joy, sorrow, the elation, the memories, even the regrets. Hopefully those aren't aplenty. Um, and I published this poem that I wrote a couple weeks after the boys got back. I, I'm glad that I published one poem that Nathaniel got to read that was about the boy. It was about our kids, and I saw him read that after he left. Well, I mean, I saw that he had read it and he liked it and stuff. But if I could go back, I would have published this poem. Well, he could have read it, but it was just about missing the boys. I think, what's it called? I didn't realize how bad. But I'd forgotten about writing it, and I was looking through my journal yesterday, and it was folded up in there. And then I just took a picture and published it yesterday. You know. But yeah, you gotta get it out. So anyway, I feel like in some ways I could not take as much time on these diaries, but who cares? I'm just talking to a laptop, so whatever. Anyway, self, maybe talk to you tomorrow. If not, since it's the 22nd anniversary, then Sunday, I suppose. Signing off.